What creates deep emotional attraction in a woman? Most men think attraction begins with appearance. They believe it's about having the perfect body, the perfect car, the perfect job, or saying exactly the right words. While those things can create a first impression, they rarely create deep emotional attraction. That's because emotional attraction is different from physical attraction. Physical attraction may get someone's attention. Emotional attraction is what makes someone want to know you better. It's what makes conversations last longer. It's what creates trust, comfort, curiosity, and a connection that grows over time. The interesting part is this. Deep emotional attraction is rarely created by one big moment. It's usually built through dozens of small experiences. The way you respond under pressure, the way you communicate, the way you make someone feel when they're with you. Many men spend years trying to become more attractive without ever learning the difference between getting attention and creating genuine connection. Today, we're going to explore the psychology behind deep emotional attraction. Not manipulation, not mind games, not pretending to be someone you're not, but the behaviors and qualities that naturally create stronger emotional connections. Let's begin. Number 1. Emotional safety. One of the strongest foundations of emotional attraction is emotional safety. This doesn't mean life is always easy. It doesn't mean you never disagree. It means someone feels safe being themselves around you. Imagine having a conversation with someone who immediately criticizes every opinion you have, corrects every mistake, makes you feel judged. Eventually, you stop sharing. Now imagine someone who listens first, who asks questions instead of making assumptions, who disagrees respectfully, who doesn't make every conversation feel like a competition. Around that person, you naturally relax. That's emotional safety. People open up when they don't feel attacked. And the deeper the conversations become, the stronger the emotional connection often grows. Number 2, consistency. Many people mistake unpredictability for excitement. They think keeping someone guessing creates attraction. Sometimes unpredictability creates temporary excitement. But lasting emotional attraction usually grows through consistency. Imagine someone who's kind one day, cold the next, interested today, distant tomorrow. Over time, that creates confusion, not trust. Now imagine someone whose actions consistently match their words. They communicate honestly. They show up when they say they will. They don't disappear for days without explanation. They're emotionally steady. That consistency creates something powerful. Security. When people know what to expect from you, they're more likely to trust you. And trust is one of the strongest foundations of emotional attraction. Number 3, genuine curiosity. Many conversations fail because both people are trying to be interesting. Very few are trying to be interested. There's a difference. Imagine asking someone about their goals, their passions, their childhood, their dreams, and actually listening to the answers. Not because you're following a script, because you're genuinely curious. People naturally enjoy being around those who make them feel seen. Curiosity communicates respect. It says, I want to understand who you are. Not, I just want you to like me. That's why meaningful questions often create stronger connections than clever stories. Because emotional attraction grows through understanding, not performance. Number 4, having a life of your own. One of the biggest misconceptions about attraction is that giving someone all your attention creates the strongest connection. In reality, it often creates pressure. Imagine someone whose happiness depends entirely on you. Every plan, every mood, every decision. Eventually, that responsibility becomes exhausting. Now imagine someone who genuinely enjoys spending time with you, but also enjoys their own life. They have goals, friends, interests, purpose. They choose to spend time with you, not because they have nothing else, but because they value the connection. That difference matters. Because emotional attraction grows when two complete people share their lives, not when one person expects the other to become their entire world. So far, we've explored emotional safety, consistency, curiosity, and independence. None of these qualities require perfect looks, or expensive gifts, or clever lines. They all come from emotional maturity. And in the next part, we'll look at the deeper behaviors that make emotional attraction grow stronger over time. Qualities that are often overlooked but remembered long after the first impression. Number 5. He remains calm when life gets difficult. Anyone can appear confident when everything is going well. The real test comes when something goes wrong. A misunderstanding, a stressful week, a disagreement, an unexpected setback. Many men believe they have to solve every problem immediately. Others react emotionally. They become defensive. They raise their voice, or they shut down completely. Now imagine a different man. He listens before reacting. He doesn't panic. He doesn't let one difficult moment destroy the entire conversation. Instead of making the situation bigger, he helps make it smaller. This doesn't mean he hides his emotions. It means he manages them. That emotional stability creates something powerful. It creates trust. Because people naturally feel safer around someone who can stay grounded during difficult moments. Deep attraction grows when someone believes, no matter what happens, this person won't lose control. That feeling is difficult to ignore. Number 6. He makes her feel understood. One of the deepest human needs is to feel understood. Not judged, not corrected. Understood. Think about the last time someone truly listened to you. They didn't interrupt. They didn't rush to give advice. They simply listened. How did that make you feel? Probably respected, valued, important. Many men make the mistake of trying to fix every problem. Sometimes people aren't looking for solutions. They're looking for understanding. Instead of immediately saying, "Here's what you should do," try asking, "How did that make you feel?" Or, "What happened next?" Simple questions often create deeper conversations. And deeper conversations build stronger emotional connections. People remember those who make them feel heard, long after they've forgotten the exact words that were spoken. Number 7. He has standards and self-respect. Some men believe agreeing with everything creates attraction, so they never disagree, never say no, never express their own opinions. They become whoever they think the other person wants. At first, this may seem polite, but over time, it often makes them predictable and less authentic. Now imagine someone who is respectful, but honest. He has values. He has boundaries. He treats people well, but he doesn't abandon who he is simply to avoid disagreement. That communicates confidence. Because self-respect isn't about being stubborn. It's about knowing who you are. People are naturally drawn to those who have a clear sense of identity, not because they dominate others, but because they don't disappear inside the relationship. Number 8. He brings peace, not pressure. Think about two different people. The first constantly creates drama. Every small misunderstanding becomes a huge argument. Every delayed reply becomes an accusation. Every disagreement becomes a crisis. Being around them feels exhausting. Now imagine someone else. They communicate clearly. They don't jump to conclusions. They don't create unnecessary conflict. Being around them feels peaceful. Which person would you rather spend more time with? The answer is obvious. Peace is attractive because life already contains enough stress. Most people don't want a relationship that adds even more. They want someone who makes life feel lighter, not heavier. That doesn't mean avoiding difficult conversations. It means handling those conversations with maturity instead of chaos. Number 9. He is comfortable being vulnerable. One of the biggest myths about confidence is that you should never show weakness. Many men grow up believing they must always appear strong, always have the answers, always stay in control. But there's a difference between being emotionally unstable and being emotionally honest. Imagine talking to someone who never admits mistakes, never shares how they really feel, never says they're struggling. Eventually, the relationship begins to feel distant, not because they're a bad person, but because no one truly knows them. Now imagine someone who is emotionally mature enough to say, "I didn't handle that well. I was wrong. That situation really affected me." Those words don't make someone weak. They make them real. Healthy vulnerability builds emotional intimacy because it shows trust. It says, "I feel safe enough to be honest with you." Of course, Vulnerability doesn't mean sharing every thought or every emotion with everyone. It means being open with the people who have earned your trust. That balance creates stronger emotional connections than pretending to be perfect ever could. Number 10. He helps her feel accepted, not judged. Think about the people you feel closest to. What makes those relationships special? Often, it's the feeling that you can be yourself. You don't have to pretend. You don't have to perform. You don't have to constantly worry about being criticized. Now imagine someone who corrects everything you say, points out every flaw, makes every mistake feel like a failure. Over time, most people become guarded around that person. Deep emotional attraction grows in the opposite environment. An environment where people feel accepted while still being encouraged to grow. Acceptance doesn't mean agreeing with everything. It means treating someone with respect, even when you see things differently. When people feel emotionally accepted, they naturally become more comfortable opening up. And openness is where genuine connection begins. Number 11. He continues to grow as a person. One of the most attractive qualities in any relationship is growth. Not perfection, growth. Imagine meeting someone today, then meeting them again 2 years later. They've learned new skills, improved their communication, taken better care of their health, become more patient, more disciplined, more emotionally mature. That's attractive because growth creates excitement. It shows that life with this person won't remain stuck in the same place forever. The opposite is also true. When someone refuses to learn, refuses to change, or blames everyone else for their problems, the relationship often begins to feel stagnant. Personal growth isn't just about career success. It's about becoming a better listener, a better communicator, a better friend, a better partner. People are naturally drawn to those who continue becoming the best version of themselves. Number 12. He makes her feel safe to be herself. This may be the most important lesson in the entire video. Deep emotional attraction isn't built by making someone feel nervous all the time. It isn't built through constant uncertainty. And it isn't built by making someone wonder where they stand. It grows when someone feels emotionally safe enough to be completely themselves. That means they can laugh without fear of being mocked, share ideas without fear of being dismissed, talk about difficult experiences without fear of being judged, disagree without fearing the relationship will fall apart. That kind of emotional safety creates trust, and trust creates closeness. Over time, closeness becomes emotional attraction, not because of one grand romantic gesture, but because of hundreds of small moments that quietly say, "You can be yourself with me." There are few gifts more valuable than that. What deep emotional attraction really is. After everything we've discussed, one pattern becomes clear. Deep emotional attraction isn't created by pretending to be someone you're not. It isn't built through manipulation. It isn't guaranteed by saying the perfect words. Instead, it grows through repeated experiences, moments of honesty, moments of consistency, moments of respect, moments of emotional maturity. Each of those moments becomes another reason for trust to grow. And when trust grows, emotional attraction often grows with it. That's why the strongest relationships usually aren't built overnight. They're built slowly, patiently, one meaningful interaction at a time. If there's one thing I hope you remember from this video, it's this. The deepest emotional attraction doesn't come from trying to impress someone. It comes from becoming someone people genuinely enjoy being around. A person who listens. A person who keeps their word. A person who stays calm under pressure. A person who respects both themselves and others. A person who continues learning and growing. Those qualities don't just improve your dating life. They improve your friendships, your family relationships, your career, your leadership, because they're not simply attractive qualities. They're qualities of emotional maturity. So instead of asking, "How do I make someone emotionally attached to me?" try asking a different question. Do people feel respected, understood, and emotionally safe when they're with me? That question shifts the focus away from chasing attention and toward building genuine connection. Ironically, that's where the strongest attraction often begins. Because while looks may capture someone's attention, character is what keeps earning it. And in the end, the people who create the deepest emotional connections are rarely the ones trying the hardest to be attractive. They're the ones quietly becoming wiser, kinder, more confident, and more emotionally mature every single day. Click the subscribe button, like, share, and follow for more.